I think we're live. Hi everyone, how are you? I missed you so much. It's been a while since I've done the last live, but I'm back and I'm excited to have such a special guest with me tonight. I'm saying hi from Toronto for the people that they don't know me, and today we have a heat alert. Actually, like a couple of weeks ago we had snow, and right now look at us, like we complain of heat alert. So yes, we're trying to manage here with AC, and the kids are playing outside. They're at the splash pad right now. But that's everything about me. I'm excited to be back, and I wanted to introduce you, Cristina Balhui. I met Cristina a couple weeks ago. We never met in person, but we met online, and she made such a strong impression on me. And you'll find out why. We connected very easily. And Cristina, she's such a complex person. Like you'll see, like she has so many certifications. Like she's doing so many things. Um, and what's funny about the whole story, like once we started talking, we realized that we have something in common. Christina's husband and myself were from the same town. That's back in Romania, Europe. So yes, see, we have like connections that we have no idea about. I never met Christina's husband. He's I think a few years older than me, but it's never too late. So let me introduce you, Cristina Balhui, and I will let Cristina to tell about herself. The only thing that I can tell you about, so just for me to introduce her, Cristina, she's emotional intelligence specialist, and that's such a like strong designation. Like, oh my God, you know the title. Probably like many of you don't know what this means. So I will let Cristina to explain you and explain all of us, and then we'll go on. I will ask Cristina some questions, and then she'll answer, and that's it. So hi Cristina, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Dominica, for giving me the opportunity to be here with you. Yeah, indeed, it's such a small world, and this is a lesson that I have learned a few years back when we lived in Dubai, and we met colleagues that we haven't met for like 20, 25 years. And yeah, there is no coincidence. We are meeting
Mhm.
people for a reason, and I believe that's why we're here together today. And yeah, we had a great opportunity to meet, and we've met through the mob community, through the coffee dates. So you're intrigued a bit about my designation as emotional intelligence specialist. So in order to reach there, I might share a bit how I reached to this qualification. Since an early age, I'm somewhere around my 20s, I was passionate about to understand a bit more about how our mind works, since I've seen on TV, on the news, someone talking about hypnosis and how fast you can learn in hypnosis for your studies. And I was in my university's years at that time, and it was such a magical impression on me, understanding, wow, this is a way that I can faster learn and spend less time by being in front of the on the courses. So I started to study by myself and together with my husband, because we share the same passion about how our mind works. So years has passed. I read few books until I came across through one of my colleagues at work about the movie The Secret. That was another one that made me more curious, more willing to understand how actually we are doing what we are doing, how we are manifesting what we are manifesting. And that was another milestone who led me to dive deeper into what's really happening inside us, inside our mind. And coming from a corporate background, more than 15 years in the corporate world in different managerial positions, I understood that the mindset, how our mind works, it's essential. How our thoughts, our words, our emotions have a very strong impact on our day-to-day life, on our day-to-day actions. And somewhere around 2017, when I was not feeling calling back and going back to the corporate world, I have started to go on the path of understanding and diving deeper into what's hypnosis, how can hypnosis actually help us. And through an amazing training that I had with Beryl Komar, understood how our mind actually works. The impact and the dots were connected even more and more, and helped me to step out of the victimhood programming on blaming, and understanding that it's my responsibility to change whatever I don't like about my life. So I have managed since then to conquer fear of public speaking, many other fears that kept me behind the stage. And now I'm able to show up and have different interactions, presentations in front of an audience, and helping others also conquer their fears, their phobias, and transform their life for better. So this is in few
That's
words.
very interesting. See, even me, like I will need some such therapy. So you said you're sharing the same passion with your husband. This was always the case. Um,
So I'm doing this professionally. For him,
mhm.
it's most the passion that
Okay.
he's helping. Who he is like choosing his clients when he has the time. But that was not only the hypnotherapy opened many other doors of curiosity. So this is how I started to study about NLP, neuro linguistic programming, which is an amazing tool. Is like the book to the human brain, understanding what's inside of us and how we can model people that have achieved excellency in their life. So we can get the skills from them and learn those skills for us and teach others in all aspects of our life, followed by emotional intelligence studies and emotional freedom technique, Reiki, access bar, yoga, so many modalities that are helping me to offer a tailor-made session to my clients that are ready to and committed to transform and change.
Hmm. So you said you practice in Dubai, right? Is it correct?
Yeah, that's true. That's the place that I started my professional path as an emotional intelligence specialist.
And then you guys moved to Canada.
Yeah, so I started in 2017 after an intensive training, many hours, hundreds of hours of practice, being supervised, being guided. Then I started to see out my clients and enroll in different other courses. It's ongoing. I like to study all the time, so it's a going from a course to another to understand and be up to date with what's happening. So yeah, back into bio, I was having my practice in an office one to one, and we moved to Canada during pandemics. So it's just right before everything was closing down. We moved at the beginning of February 2020, and knowing and having learned the skills, attitude, and knowledge that we trained help us for a smoother transition to this country. So help us to be more flexible in terms of mind, more flexible in many ways.
Yeah, so let's take the first one, the hypnotherapy. Like I'm very intrigued by this subject, and I'm actually personally interested in it.
Mhm.
Um, so how does it work? And I understand, like every patient is different, and we all have our needs. But how does it work? Like there's an initial consultation, I guess, with you. It's a one-time session, or you need more session to.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, so I would like to clarify from the beginning. I'm not using the term patient because I'm not
Okay.
in a medical field trained professional. So I'm addressing to my as a clients. So yeah,
Clients.
hypnosis it's a simple way to train your mind using your intentions to work on whatever is that you want to change. So it's like you have a person that is a professional trained professional that is guiding you through an intense concentration and focused attention to achieve a very heightened state of awareness that it's sometimes called trance. So
Yes.
during that period of time, the person's attention is focused while in the state that anything going on around the person is like somehow temporarily ignored, and it's a natural state. So what I want to underline here is that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. So if there is no choice of going in hypnosis, no one will go. Because of course, you need to have a rapport with that person, to be a trust relationship between the two of you. And yes, there are specific protocols that we use to reach to the roots of different issues that people are coming, the roots of different behaviors, different feelings, different habits that we have gathered. And it's a very mind-focused session when, yes, as a second gain comes relaxation in some cases. However, for me, it's not one-time session, because, when we are coming to have the sessions, we are coming with an issue that we have carried for many years. So it's like not the magic pill that will see changes, like coming and giving the magic pill and things are going to shift and change. Yes, changes are starting to be seen from the first session, but it's a package mostly between 5 to 6 sessions, or depending on the case, when is the weight loss, it's longer, the sessions. And yes, I'm offering it's an initial consultation when I'm seeing people to understand how we can work together, if there is a match between us, how committed is the person to shift and change, because we need to have a 100% commitment from both sides. Otherwise, it's not going to work. I'm just the guide and facilitator for that person, and the work needs to be done by the client that is in front of me.
And how long is a session? Is it a certain?
Yeah, the initial session, after we have met as a complementary meeting, which is like between 45 to 1 hour long, and we decided to work together, the first session is 2 hours, because we need.
Wow.
Yes, because we need to get to know each other. It's a history intake that we need to take, and then it's happening also depending on what the client is prepared for. It's either hypnosis, it's NLP, it's emotional freedom technique, or a combination of this, to start to work on the issue.
So for people that they want to contact you, do you have an office?
Right now I'm working remotely, so all the sessions are happening virtually, and I can leave my information in the chat after we have this conversation. Mm-hmm. And yes, my role is to connect and bring in alignment our conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and in order to heal and shift and change those programming that are no longer serving us, depending on the area of life that we want that change. Maybe it's health, might be financial, relationship, career, spirituality. So where we are lacking of maybe clarity, or we're going in a loop over and over, and we wonder what's happening, how come I cannot get out of this rabbit hole, and I'm doing some stuff, but I'm keep going down instead of lifting myself up. And also with very overwhelmed people, especially ladies, that have reached to a point where those stuck emotions and unaddressed emotions have started to put a step on their health, on the physical health. So lately, many cases of people with IBS, with bladder issues, people that are being held back by their fears. Maybe they cannot travel because they are afraid of flying. Maybe they cannot go out in nature because they have different fears connected to snakes, or spiders, or whatever fear you can think of. It's a learned fear, except with two. So that's the amazing part, because science recently started to investigate and come to the point to understand that we are born with only two fears. Can you guess which are those two fears?
First, I know, to die?
No, that's not that we are born in. One that we are born with is the fear of free falling and fear of loud noises.
Oh.
Anything else, it's a learned one. It's a programmed one. We learn it from someone, because between 0 to 7 years old, we are like sponges. We are just recording the programs of others, of how others are sending us the information and knowledge and their behaviors and their habits. So we learn a lot from the people around us, from our family, from our teachers, from even from movies we learn. So we are like in a uh, hypnotic state at that age, where we have only our subconscious mind 24 hours. We have learned, we have many programs that are not even ours, but are ruling our life on a daily basis. Some are amazing, so some are really helping us, but some others, like maybe money mentality, where people might think that money are not growing in trees, money are evil. So those programming are for sure not helping to achieve the financial
Financial
independence
yeah.
looking for. So there is a work that we are doing, reaching to the root cause of those beliefs and deprogram and shift and change those beliefs.
Very interesting. So, can you give us more example of some of the issues that you maybe resolved, for some clients, or at least you eased? I can ask you maybe an example. The fear of flying.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so then I will sign up.
Yes.
Okay, so what else? What else can you?
So it's the fear of flying, fear of public speaking, fear of success, fear of needles. So lately, during pandemics, I had many cases with fear of needles, because people had to go to have, when they chose to have the vaccine, they're afraid of needles, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear. There are so many fears around us. So any fear that you can think of, there is a solution for it. Because as I said, there are only two fears that we are born with it. Therefore, anything else that we are not born with, we can shift and change and reprogram from there.
In just one question. So, okay, so when a client comes to you, let's say with a fear or something like that, with an issue, um, do you decide which therapy to apply, or you apply everything, like hypnotherapy, like sleep therapy, like sleeping therapy? What, like, how do you decide, or are they coming to you and they said, I just want hypnotherapy? Or
First of all, in the first session, that's why it's taking like 2 hours, because it's also an educational one. When I'm teaching my clients how our mind works, the difference between subconscious and conscious mind, and where all the programming are being rooted, which is the subconscious mind. Also, some clients are knowing about hypnotherapy, some other have no clue, other are scared about it. So I'm spending time to explain to them what is and what is not hypnosis and hypnotherapy, or how NLP can help. And it's like a combination. Yes, it's like more in a guided, intuitive way, going and understanding my client's needs.
very nice, very nice. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm so interested by this subject and by all this. Like, how do you said you call them complementary
Yeah, so there are complementary modalities, and
modalities?
I'm working, for example, through referrals with naturopaths people. I had in Dubai a dermatologist, a general practitioner that were referring clients to me, because we are not only our body, we are also our mind and our the spirit. So I'm helping people to reconnect inside, connect the mind, connect the heart and their gut, which and with and spirit as well. So it's a transformation that happens from within. I'm just the guide, the facilitator. Is the choice of my client to work and have the transformation that they are desiring to.
Any trainings happening right now, or like any plans for this year, like professionally?
For me, I will do workshops. So I will focus on workshops for fear release, and I will start taking maybe between 2 to 5 fears on a workshop, addressing it depending on the need. So I'll start doing some request to understand what are the people looking for to have the help with, so how I can better assist and serve the people. And also I'm looking to focus on IBS and bladder issues, because the emotional part is playing a huge role in all that's happening inside. Of course, working, as I said, complementary with the alternative with the allopathic medicine, with the alternative medicine, to approach the person as a whole, not only as a part of the body.
Yeah. I will ask you something, and I know it's a bit tricky because you mentioned like you're not a doctor, not like a therapist, but I will ask you: have you noticed that since the pandemic, have you noticed an increase in the mental issues in people? Like, do you get more clients like that with mental issues?
It's not me noticing it. It has been a statistics has been done that the increase on the mental health part has hugely increased because people were separated, and we are social so-called animals. We need to be around people, and being only by themselves, people with maybe addictions, people with were needing a social interaction, were feeling lower and lower in their moods.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it was a huge increase, and it's a huge need of people like me, of people that are working not only with the body but also with the mind, with the emotions, to help people clear whatever needs to be cleared, and finally reconnect to themselves and be more calm, more confident, more at peace with themselves.
Thank you so much, Christina. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to maybe have another lives with you, and we can maybe take like exactly what you said. Like we can do not like a workshop, but like we can address one maybe specific fear or that. Maybe we can do a survey and see what people are most interested in. And I want to be involved in your workshop. So let me know when you're ready, and I will do whatever I can to support you. Is there anything that you want to say at the end of our live? To our
Uh,
public?
First of all, I would like to leave the people that are watching us at least with something that they can use practically. We call it 3Bs. It's about body, belief, and breath. So whenever you feel yourself in a low mood, and normally when you are in those deep, unpleasant situation, when you live too much in the past, I mean, you are focused, and the story that goes behind your mind, it's too much into the past. You have some issues that haven't been sorted out. A lot of forgiveness is not done. You are still trapped in the past, and you find yourself maybe with the shoulders coming towards the side, and normally the face is down, looking towards the ground. So when you find yourself in one of those states, my advice is just to straighten up, roll your shoulders, and lift a bit your chin. Because once you change your physiology, you'll start to work on your mind as well. So it's a signal something needs to change, and this is the body. The belief is like paying attention what's happening inside. What is the story that you're telling yourself? So it's a story. Normally, it's a negative story. It's a story that you are trapped there, and right now is the time to notice what it is and reframe it, change it with positive words. Acknowledge it first. So we are never suppressing the story. We acknowledge it. However, we say, "I'm ready to shift it. I understand that it's been there. I hear you. I see you. I feel you. However, right now it's time for me to shift and change, because it's a choice. It's our responsibility to choose to change." So we lift our chin, we change the story that we have in the background in a positive way at the present tense, and then notice your breath. Is your breath from the chest or is from the belly? So if it's from the chest, it's a shallow one, that it's not efficient. So you need to start inhaling from the belly, expand your belly, and exhale while you are pulling out. So you are doing this for 3 to maybe 5 minutes, and will notice automatically the shift in your mood, in your state.
I will try. Thank you so much for this. I
Most
will try. Thank you so much, Christina. Once again, thank you all for watching us. And Christina will put her link in the comments. So if you want to reach out, if you feel that she can help you with any issue that you may have, you can reach out to her. We prefer you can reach out to me, and I can put you in contact with Christina. Until next time, I wish you all I don't know, like a cooler maybe evening, and stay safe wherever you are. Bye guys, have a good night, take care.
Take care. Bye
Bye.
bye.